Anyway, it's great seeing you guys. I just want to remind myself, what degrees do you have then, Carol?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, recently I have 3. I got my BA at Wildboma in English, and then I did my honors, and then I did my Bachelor of Ed at Western.
Wow, very impressive. And you, James?
I have an honors degree in public administration and a master of business administration.
Wow. Okay, well I have some way to go to catch up to you two. But I have a question I'm going to ask you. And think about it, it may just be, come straight to you. But what do you think makes an effective citizen? Are you actually a citizen now?
Yes.
James? You are.
Oh yes.
And of course,
I'm a citizen. Yeah.
I mean, I know you're a motivational speaker and a teacher. And James, what kind of communication you had with the public, right? I mean, you've always been in the public arena, right? Kind of thing.
Purely from a business point of view.
Yeah.
That I meet public every day. I meet people, business people every day. In every sort of business.
Yeah, so we're not really talking about helping old ladies across the street, because I mean I would expect any decent human being to do that anyway. But and perhaps we're not even talking about, oh yeah, well I can vote and make a difference that way. I mean, is there something more fundamental, important to you? What makes you a citizen, and what you think that you are effective at or not? You got any ideas there, Carol?
Well, first of all, when I think of a citizen, I think I'm a Canadian citizen, and I'm very proud of Canada. And Canada has such a well-defined and a very liberal education system that I've used worldwide, and it's not propaganda, and it tries to really uphold liberal views. So I love that about Canada. And but the thing about being a citizen is, we're born into a country, or we choose to emigrate to a country. That's not where it stops. Action is what we are judged on is not how much money we have in the bank, but what we do with that money. It's not how much education we have, but what we do with that education. So for me, being a citizen, it involves responsibility. And responsibility as a citizen is to make society better. And that's how I see it.
Yeah, even in human rights that crops up a lot, like duty and responsibility. You think that's pretty important?
Well, for myself, of course I have a big family, so I have obligation and loyalty and action with my family. I have it with my church. I've had it with my community. I've had it for my for worldwide projects, third world countries. Because when you should give.
And you're well travelled, of course. You've been around the world. You've taught in Korea, right?
Yes, I did.
So you've been a global citizen.
Yes, I have. And even as a citizen of Korea for over a year, I wore my Canadian flag all the time because it's highly respected worldwide. And having been to 60 countries, I wear my flag on my luggage, on my shoulder, on my purse, on my packsack, because we're confused with Americans, and sometimes Americans are threatening to a lot of the countries that I travel in. So, yeah, it's really a blessing to be a Canadian.
Well, I've always been grateful to be a friend of yours. You taught me a lot, and you've kind of influenced the way I view things as well. And you made me think a lot more about issues, social issues, and spiritual issues, and I do understand that I need to be a better citizen. And perhaps I wasn't always that way. Perhaps I'm rather selfish, really.
Well, the whole thing about success is, what do I get? If I got a big job or I got lots of money, then we feel successful, but that doesn't make us human. What makes us human and societal is giving. And people miss it. And this is what I when I teach different grades, levels, grade primary to grade 12 and university, I find so many unhappy citizens, so many unhappy children and young people, and it's because they do not understand that to get joy, you have to give, and that the joy comes from seeing your work, whether it be of your hand or your voice or your book or whatever, to see that that's what gives you joy, because we are made to give.
Thanks, Carol. James, do you relate to anything Carol's saying there?
I think that Carol has taken every word I had in my mind out of me. But you know, I used to be a citizen of Germany. I used to be actually a Australian citizen. I lived in Australia long enough. I was young enough, and now I'm a Canadian citizen. I'm very happy to be a Canadian citizen, and I feel that I don't really care. In the Western world, we are basically all the same. We all want, we all a little bit materialistic. We are all very still, half of us are socially concerned that we, and as Carol said, you have to give to get. You cannot just take and take and take. It will never make you happy. The more you give, the more you get. That will make you happy. And well, basically that's what all I can say at the moment.
So it's kind of a giving or gifting. It's a kind of aggressive way of looking at community development, I guess. And being a citizen is very important, right? It's integral to that. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye bye.
You got an A.